Welcome to News Cycle. My name is Nilaus, and this is a first look at a demo of, well, News Cycle. That is a game coming out. It is scheduled to come out in Q1 of 2023, so it's right around the corner, and they have released a demo that I'm taking a look at here. So what is the News Cycle? Well, it is... Well, according to the Steam, it says, build a new civilization out of the chaos of an apocalyptic solar flare as you grow your house from a lone shelter to an industrial metropolis. Take on the burden of preserving life itself and help your people realize their aim, a future beyond survival. Lead the world to a new cycle. So this game has very much Frostpunk vibes, and yeah, I know that's a moniker that gets thrown around a lot, but even the art style is very much in terms of this. So it's a yet another post-apocalyptic colony builder. That genre is blowing up, and we see so many good takes on it. Let's have a look at this one to see if this one has something new to offer, or if it does the genre any justice, and if it can do the moniker of Frostpunk-like a justice as well. Let's start with a new game, and here we have different modes. This is just says something about the new cycle. It's post-apocalyptic world. We are survivors. There's been a solar flare that destroyed technology, and we are now trying to survive, and not just survive, but also make it into the future. Now, about the demo, this is it's a bit weird to add this, but I don't mind it. It basically says that yes, it's a demo. You won't be experiencing the full game. That's totally obvious. But I guess you kind of, when you're sitting and put your heart into a project like this for many years, then you really don't want people to judge the whole thing on maybe looking at 10%, and I totally understand that. We are going to, the only one we have is available is the sandbox mode. The campaign mode is not active yet, locked, and so it's the sanity, and always isn't even clickable. So we'll go with the sandbox and have a look at this. A peaceful mode without outside threats or constant changes to environmental conditions. All the components of city building and survival are active, but in-game challenges are absent. Sounds good. We have also 4 different locations, and we can only choose the meadow. This will give us a morale at the start of spring. We'll get into how that works. As usual with these kind of first look videos, then if you want to see more of these on the channel, then hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you really want me to keep going, then consider supporting on Patreon. That is how I keep this channel running. So thank you for that, and I will just dive in and see what we have. So we have this beautiful little modest settlement here, and we get a welcome to News Cycle, a message from the community. I really like the art style. It's very pleasant to look at. You're now the governor of this little community. It has been nearly a half-century since the first solar flare. In the initial moments of the catastrophe, we lost our entire technological infrastructure, our means for global resourcing, and almost everything that we can share as a civilization. The following years were humanity's darkest, having to wrestle with the constant impossibility and despair, from battles fought with sticks and stones to nuclear wars. We ended up destroying ourselves, what little the sun had left for us. Then civilization fell. Everyone here was born into a new world, and you have to be the leader. Our current flimsy shelter cannot carry us far. We must rebuild everything from scratch. With the efforts of those who remain, we can establish a sustainable way of life. We need to rediscover our lost knowledge and explore our surroundings to create new possibilities, most importantly, beyond merely surviving. We have to find ways to securing our next generation by whose time the world may not be habitable anymore. Oh, that sucks. Do you want a bit tutorial? Do you want without tutorial? I think we'll do without tutorial. Then I will be your tutorial, as we are familiar with. So, we're going to start here. What is the first thing we want to do? Well, we have all the usual things that you can expect. We have resources up top. We have our population. They are workers, craftsmen, and specialists. I can get primarily workers and a little bit into craftsmen as well. We have our knowledge. This is sort of accumulated knowledge. We have a tech tree over here. This tech tree, I'm not a big fan of it, because you can see that they generate, based on probably their level, they generate something per day. And this is just a number that accrues, and it basically says a threshold to say how much you must have in order to research a technology. So for example, this one, before we can even click the button, we need to have 860 accrued. It doesn't consume it. It just kind of is a threshold you need to do. But if you have everything here in 3 different tech trees, with different thresholds, there is only one way to do it, and that's make a progression line and then put them on lines here. Instead of now, then we'll go like, oh, I want to do this. Oh, that's 1200. Which one was the one that was 385? It's not this one. And that's just too much clicking. It's clearly a linear tech tree, and they have tried to hide that by making it sort of tree structured. And I don't think that's not helping anyone. So feedback. But the tech tree is interesting enough. They just deliberately made it as complicated as possible. We have our build menu down here at the bottom, and we have a number of things we can build in the beginning. We're going to start by making a field camp so we can log some trees and stuff like that. That's do you live here? Yeah, not anymore. Go away. Don't know. They just, oh yeah, you get up and get out of there. So now it is marked for construction. The stuff is coming in here by itself. As far as I can tell, the people running around here, they don't really do anything. There isn't anything that sort of triggers. There's a little bit of walking around and stuff like that, but materials seem to teleport quite easily from place to place. Let's also build a gathering camp. We can, if we take the logging camp out here, we can see what. Oh, over here, that's a lot of goodies. Lots and lots of goodies. Let's put a gathering camp here. Let's see what else we can get. A well, definitely. The well is also interesting in the sense that it doesn't actually need to be placed. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a good place, right? What about even there? That's good as well. So most of these, as they get built, will need to get some resource or someone assigned. As you can see here, we have wood in nearby, we have stone, those are the ones we've unlocked. We can also get iron and field, and they will need to assign 3 of these. And you can see up here we have 35 workers. Now we've assigned 6 of them to specific tasks, and they will get working on that. What they build is they will get logs and they will get stone, and they just get added to our general stockpile. We can make a lumber mill, which seems to be a good idea to make. Let's make it over here. We're kind of making a city block structure because of course we are. And these are working on grabbing stuff over here to the new location. So we have logging, wood, stone, that's good. We are getting over here, we are getting the gathering coming on line. Oh, let's actually go a little bit faster. We know what we're doing, right? We can go on speed 2 for this part, so we can get a little bit more progress. And here we have, that is that's interesting. I was like staring at this for the longest time, and I go like, why is there a tentacle here? Now this one is not connected to the road, so it means that it is less efficient. We're going to come into how these workers work. Now you can see workforce 100% is assigned of what we need. And this one as well. We now have lumber. We have 2 things. We can make paper, which is not unlocked, or we can make lumber. So we assign the number, and we can now assign 5 people here, and they will start working. Now here is something. You see that there's a workforce of 100%. 100% of the workforce. You can see that is assigned depending on here. And then there's also an efficiency. This means that we are only producing, the recipe says 8 lumber per 3 hours, but we're only producing 1.6 because our efficiency is only 20%. That's atrocious. How do we fix that? Well, we go into this one, and then this is a little bit complicated because there are several things to keep in mind here. The way it works is you give them some water, and then we can give them a little bit of water, a low, medium, or regular. If we give them more, then they get these morale bonus. So if I do this, then we use more water, and we hopefully have to have it. That would mean that we would get 9 morale from this part, and we currently have 3. If we get 9 morale, it gets added up to this one, which is currently at a bad morale because we only have here. We'll get a boost of 6 more when the next day passes, and this water supply will start coming in, and then we'll need to look at an efficiency. So if the morale, this number, which comes from having services and attributes fulfilled, goes up, and then we have a better morale, and then that morale it translates into efficiency: 20, 40, 65, 85, and 115. So you want to build up the morale by making sure that their needs are met. It's quite simple, usual, ingenious. It kind of works, and that's a nice thing. Let's make a road out here so we can get that tentacle icon out of the way. And let's see, what else do we want? A stockpile. Yeah, we want that. We can actually go in and see if we can get some more research. So this is the part here. The very first thing we want is over on, see, now you can see the issue. We need to find the one that's lowest tech, Basic construction, that's the one. We researched this one. We only need 50 to unlock it, and it takes 18. Yeah, and then the time it takes is just 30 hours. So that's nothing more to it. It's just 30 hours. Up here, if we click on this one, we have a number of different things here. The era is progressed when we have 50 workers in our base, and when we have all the knowledge accrued, 2,450, and then we progress into era number 2. Era number 2, we can look at this one. Era 1 is like really just farmer, what do we call that? We would say hunter-gatherer society, and then we start getting a little more structured. We get yeah, some mining, that kind of thing, and smelting, that stuff, and then we get in here, we get more of an industrial society, and then here we get real all full in industrial. I kind of wish maybe there'll be more, because yeah, I don't know how that progression works. A little bit worried that it's not really going to be enough. Now, what do we have here? We have simple meal, soup kitchen, and a stockpile. Great. Under production, we can make a soup kitchen. Soup kitchen is unfortunately a wrong size, so everything is just messed up already because of that. What do we do? What do we do? Let's build it over here. We'll get a soup kitchen at this point, and then make sure we get that out here, and we will also get the dusty road that way, because of course we will. All right, so we will be making our soup kitchen here. What else do we get? We get resources. That's residence, utilities. A stockpile. Let's smash a stockpile in here. Also make sure we continue the road. Road will just make sure that they can move back and forth. And what else? There we go. This is already built. Recipes. We have a mushroom recipe. Seems good. We get lots of mushrooms. That's good. And we signed 3 people. They're now down to 18 available people. And then we sort of have to look at this. We are only at 18, at 20 here. Then we can go back into here and then say now we have low distribution of food. Nah, we want to get a good distribution of food. That will give us to 10. So we get plus 8 more. That will get us to 24. Not really yet. Not really there yet. What are we researching? And then we again have to look around like idiots here to find out. You can see the ones that are blue means that we can make them. So let's get the oath. That gets us a shack, and that's a place to live, which is what we will be making. I think we'll make it out here. Yeah, let's do that. There. Use a little bit of this, and once we get the oath completed, then we will build houses out here. We need 1 house for every. There we go. That's already done. Residence. That must be it. A shack. And I'm holding shift to craft more of these. Then now I have crafted 4 of them. I definitely want to craft more than 4. There, and go all the way out. Oh, why not? Oh, lumber. Lumber. Yeah, I guess lumber is not really happening because all of these require lumber each. Yeah, they do. All right, so you can see this one is not getting enough. The other ones have gotten enough. It'll get there. We have sturdy roofs. All right, what are they? Every one of us needs proper place to live. We have food and water, but sleeping at whatever nook we can find each night does not prepare us for the next day's labor. We need suitable shelters that can protect us from the unpredictable weather. Let's build 3 shacks. Ha! Look at that. We already got one of them. We are just way ahead of the curve. Now this one is slowly getting all the lumber. So you can see here, as soon as it gets produced, it jumps automatically into our stockpile and then jumps automatically in here. So there's no like moving back and forth. So the whole movement here is just for show, which is fun. And this one has the tentacle debuff, meaning that it does not have a road. I'm wondering why tentacle debuff is the right one to have for a road, but no tentacles is not good for us. We have to keep in mind whether we have enough. We will see here. Oh, look at that. 90% have housing, and that gets us plus 9. Now we get up to 33. Here, 33 gets us a little bit more threshold. So now our we have regular morale, which is 40 efficiency. That means over here instead of over here, instead of producing 1.6 every pip, then we now produce twice as much. So working on morale is super important here. It also goes into both a virtuous loop and a vicious loop. If you don't have enough, then it decreases, and then you suddenly produce less, and that's kind of problematic. A flock of refugees, 14 workers, appeared near the edge of our settlement. This group of wanderers, each more unfortunate than us, awaits permission to join our ranks. The more our settlement grows, the more attention we'll get from passers-by, and the more people will be willing to join us in terms of both frequency and numbers. Awesome. We'll accept them. Then we're going to need to get more places to live, and we'll be making this one into a shanty town here as well, and we'll get the road all the way back here. Sweet. And then we also need to make sure that we have a click for results. So we got it. Though it was hard, we excelled. It is happy day for the house, our house. As we slowly are leaving uncertainty behind, people are encouraged by success, and that should give us... No, it didn't give us a buff. Oh, sadness. We now need to sort of keep an eye on this. Looks like we have enough shrooms, but we do not have enough soup kitchen work. So let's get a production, another soup kitchen over here. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Let's soup kitchen it up. And the question is then, do we gather enough? We are gathering 144 per day. How much is this? This is... Yeah, this is really difficult to figure out. Completely impossibly difficult to find out. Because you sort of have to say, all right, if this was working at 100%, it would generate 10. But it's not, though. It's not working. It's only producing 4. So we kind of have to divide this by 4. That's 12 times 10. Then that gets to 120. And then 120 simple meals according to the recipe. And for each simple meal of 10, that would be 12 crafts of the meal. We would need 7. So it's 12 times. I mean, come on. 12 times 7. That's something. Who knows what it is? 84. So we need 84 mushrooms per day. And we have 144. That's way too much calculation. Please, please, please make that visible and logical for us. We're also, our water is declining rapidly. So let's get some more water. Wells are super easy. You could say barely an inconvenience. Oh, didn't we have some water here? This might be exhausted. Oh, here we go. You can see the pips up there, how many we have. It doesn't really matter how far we make it out here. Oh, there we go. That's a little one. But we do need a road back out here. Can there be a road? Yep, there. There we go. So we build a road out to that location. That should be good. We are going to make more people in here. How many? We'll turn to dust if we don't have water. Yeah, okay. So we'll just lower the water restriction here. That'll get low water. And then let's build another water just to be ahead of the curve. The wells are super easy. So that's only one. Oh, there we go. That's a better one out here. And even better. Oh, right there somehow. And then we get a dusty road. Here. Why not? Stone. Oh, stone is really expensive for our roads. Well, introduction to standards. Introduction. Chief, it seems like we've been able to set things right since settling down. Our small settlement built by toiling day and night now needs some security and stability. We should at least make sure that we have left our days of hunger and thirst behind. Meet the food and water demand for the whole population for 3 days. We can manage that. That's not a problem. Not right now at least, but we eventually we can. We have a little bit of an issue here. Okay, so how much is this? This is 54 stone. I have 54 stone. Done. Build it. No technical debuff. Thank you very much. And the water well doesn't take anything. It just produces water per day. So we can get that back online. We can now get you back on regular. That's it. Then that's going to be requiring 144. And we should have more than 144. We can look up here and get some nice graphs. And yep, it's all good now that we have the other things online. We're going to be burning through a lot more stone than we like, because of my excessive need for roads everywhere. That is the way it is. But hey, research. We are accruing. And then again, nope, because tools. Nope, because tools. There must be something we can do. This one, we need stone. Okay, but that's metalworking techniques is probably a thing. Yeah, so that's probably what we want. We just need more stone, or this one's tools. Yes, okay, so this is now you can see the problem. Like, I have to click around so much just to find out which one is the next in line. Pretty obvious, it's metalworking. That's everything else requires metalworking. We just need to get 48 of these. So let's make another resource gathering camp here. Let's put it up. Nope, that's field camp. That's the one. Hold on. Field camp. Default layer. There we go. Ooh, nice. Let's that's a lot of stuff we can get here. Fully completed. Sweet. That was easy. And we get a little buff here. Chief, we have overcome this trial. It's a source of joy for everyone. That was a small one. Yeah, but that's a small one. I like that. Look at that. We got a nice boost from a small success. And our housing is now giving us 10. We are now up to 54, which means our efficiency jumped up to 65 now. We do not want our efficiency to go down, so we want to really keep embracing this. And we now have opportunity. We have 47. Let's go. We can now work on the metalworking, which will give us a forge, a smith, a iron ingots, and basic tools. So we'll need to find some place where we can build that. And in the meantime, yeah, this is pretty much not getting enough. And I'll get 3 of these here and 3 of these here. It looks like our production is fine. And we also have the stockpile. Here's the stockpile. Here you can set how much you want of each stockpile. So for example, 100 or 1000, 1000 here. We can do the total stockpile. Mushrooms is somehow 1100. I don't know why. Simple meal is also just a weird number. And we'll get like all these things. Water is a lot. Basic tools 1500. Mushrooms, simple meals. Okay, just trying to sort of look through this. Yeah, this one definitely. If we have it, we get it. Yes, there we go. That is good. And metalworking technique. That was quick. Let's see, what would we need for the next one? That would be metal bars for the electricity grid, and it would be here would be tools, and this is also tools. Okay, and the last one over here is hunting, but there's also tools. So we need tools, and in order for us to get tools, we are going to, let's have a look. This field camp is also now available to get some iron ore. I don't think we need a lot of iron ore, to be honest. Like this is 168, so that's a gigantic amount. Let's have a look at a forge. I think we need 2 forges, right? Let's make a forge here. 1, 2, and I will also make a smithy, and the smithy is a little bit bigger, so that can be. That's a absolutely perfect location for the smithy. There. So 1 smith. There. Oh, what is up with this? Oh, we ran out of shrooms. Wow. Do we have any other recipes we could lean on? We have no fish, no nothing. We are okay. Well. Yeah, that was kind of expected. We are not going to set this one up here. Where is the gathering camp? We only have 1 gathering camp. Let's get another gathering camp here, and let's have a look at where we'd like to get some shrooms, but we'd also like to get this stuff here out here. That's gonna be 2 pips, since it doesn't really matter. It's just outside of that range. It's 1 of those pips. It's not great. Like, this is about as good as it can get here. We'll get that. And that gives us an opportunity or a force to get out here and get that going. And do we have more? Yeah, we have a lot more stone at this point. So let's link it up. Oh, look at these beautiful city blocks. What a surprise that we have city blocks. Okay, that's what's going to get built. And we are going to go just smelt some stuff. This is smelting 14 per day. And each of those is 2, so you can see this is 14 times... see, this is again, every 2 hours it consumes, or it would be producing 3 ingots. Yeah. So that would be 36 per day, and for each I need 2, so that's 72 per day. That means these 2 will be consuming 144 per day. I mean, the calculations are just too complicated to sort of do in your mind. And ooh, it's winter. What is he up to? They have no tools. I know. They'll get the tools. They'll get the tools. Now they get the tools here. We make tools. They consist of ingots and lumber. So smash 5 in there. We now have only 9 remaining. But this is also making progress. We now need to allocate some tools here. Just a low distribution of tool. It doesn't give much in terms of how much. Like, tools are expensive and we need them also for other things. This one will be producing 14 per day. That's not a lot. We want to make sure. Oh, look at that. It fell down to 40 because we're not really keeping up here. Let's see. We're only down to 36 and we need to get up to 50 something in order for us to really get this moving. That means we would need more water. Can I double the water? I don't know. Sure, we also want to double the food. I mean, this food and water should just be something we have enough of. So let's get that. We also have a research. What can we do? Hunting is something I absolutely want. But, we can't do that until we have 22 of the basic tools. So let's get 22 basic tools, and then we should be fine with this. I think if we don't have enough water, then we just make more water. That's super easy. All right, I need. Oh, there was one thing I was actually done. This one's 22 now. I want the hunting because then we can get food, meat as well. But we also have over here. We have the lightning grid, power grid. Not really super interesting. The grid here. These are still struggling because of shrooms, and obviously shrooms during the winter, not the greatest time to shroom it up. I'm not going to assign anyone here. We are down to 9, so we're really just struggling. When it comes to this part, if we look at it, we are at 49. So as soon as we get more workers, and let me also click here, we are going to need like a little bit more of the knowledge, and then one more worker, and then we transition to era number 2. But so far, we're just cracking away at this, letting the winter pass, and just hoping we get the research completed soon. Where was it? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, here's one as well. Vocational training. That gets you some special. Oh, we didn't get it. Oh, wow. That's kind of bad. All right, let's get this one. Let's we're gonna have to get them to a low diet. That's really hurting us. Even though it's nice to have efficiency up, we just don't have any mushrooms, so we don't have any food for the rest of the winter. That's why we really want this technology. So now I can go over here and where are you? There. 3 there. And where's the other one? That is over here. 3 here. Yes, no mushroom farming, but definitely some of this. And one of these will now be redirected to meat. We can also now get another one, which could be fishies. Okay, so if we look at fishies, gathering camp, there are fishies out here. Let's get that. We can only get 2 fish. 2 fish. There, that's a good one. That's a really good location, that one. And, oh, migrants. We need more what? Need more. What do we need more? Chief, since we can now process metals, you can give us the means to produce durable and effective tools for our own creation so that we can see to our daily tasks. Work can be done without tools too, but it'll tire us physically and mentally, and the more often we have to work without tools, the more likely it is to cause workplace accidents. That does sound like a threat, doesn't it? So what does it say? 50 tools. We just need to produce 50 tools. That is of absolutely no concern to us. We can do it. And we hit the new era. Woo! Look at that. There's a million new things that unlock. All of this is available for us. Sweet. So, as you can see, there is a lot of stuff, even in this demo. I'm really surprised about how much is in the demo. And the research is completed. We have 3 over here that we can take. We can do vocational training. We can do community. Oh, community needs. That's definitely something we want. I mean, the tavern, we can get the shit-faced drunk and instead of doing work. I like. And let's see. We also need another soup kitchen for the fishies. There we go. We'll put you out here. And objective fulfilled. That is how easy we got that completed. And we have like a really good boost here. Refreshment 40 and 20 from the small success. And I think we can now also start farming. We can give you up and give you a normal ration instead. We need to get up to 75 and then we'll get even higher. We get to 85 here. It's 85. Now we're looking much better. Let's actually get this 5 higher. That's not enough. Let's just double the rations for this. And we are getting entertainment. Entertainment. Did we complete it already? Ooh, we did already. Surveillance. That's a scout guild. It doesn't do anything, but let's get it anyway. Let's see. Utilities. A tavern is by far a utility. You can see here it directs itself to sort of, it'll cover things nearby. Things nearby include that one. Doesn't do anything except just give them some bonus in here. Some entertainment bonus. When they're 100% are covered by entertainment bonus, I think we get plus 10, which is something we really want. We're now up to 112. That means everything is now producing at a silly high rate here. That is great, but it's because it's spring. All warehouses are full. Yeah, okay, we'll make more warehouses then. Utility, that's also a stockpile. Stockpile, they don't have to be built anywhere. Would it be nice to... Let's build it here. And we have, this is going to be for fish. Great. Do we have fish? No, we don't have fish yet. We'll get 3 for the fishies, and we are having a little bit, well, we got a few more resources. That's good. And there's none of this here and none of this. So this one could, whoa. Oh no, this, oh shoot. I think I just, oops. Yes. Destroy that. Fire alert. Are you kidding me? That's pretty bad. Full response. I did not expect that. What the hell? Full response fire. 40 workforce. Do you burn it? No. Because that's how that's how oh, I thought it was that. What is this? This is a lumber mill. Of course it's a lumber mill catching fire. That's kind of obvious, isn't it? We're going to make another one because it's not going to make it. This one, I think we unfortunately ruined the game location that was here, so we'll build that again and then pretend that that was on purpose. There we go. And this is needing 3 more people to work on the fish. That should be good. Oh, that is a super important thing. The lock part, the pile here, we are going to be make sure that the leather, we can't use the leather yet, but we certainly don't want to have it be wasted by just not being able to stockpile it. This, let's have a look at how happy they are now. 100% plus 10. And then we can ask ourselves, do we really need this? These double ones? No. Clothes, health, security. Health and security is outside the demo. Clothes, we can get that at some point. But for now, this one is just, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. But we'll build another one anyway. Let's see. What is it then? More research. More research. We can get vocational training. That's kind of boring. We can get the grid. Let's get the grid. There we go. And then try to figure out what the next thing we can do is. This is too far away. This is too far away. This also leads like bricks and stuff. Insulated furnaces. That's the one. But that's like the last thing we can do in here. Structural statics. That's going to be one of the next. And that requires paper. Okay, so if we need something that requires paper, then we have to figure out where the paper is. There. That's the paper factory. Cool. So we need some vocational training for a paper factory as well. You're going to be doing this part and get 5 in here because we need to have a constant supply of lumber. This one, I don't know. At some point, the fire will stop, I guess. And when that happens, oh no, look at that. It's down to 50. Why? 62. How would we get more? We can't really get a lot more than this. We could get like 4 more, but that's not really enough. Even if we just used all of our tools for this, that would be only plus 8, which isn't really going to make a difference at all. The meat here is not getting consumed fast enough. So I guess also when it comes to consumables, meat is stacked to there. Just making sure that we don't have anything else that's really low quantity. No. Technology research, windmills and electricity. Let's get that. And now we can also make another lumber mill. Oh my god, I have some needy cats. Let's have a look at, is that windmill is a utility. We also can make the scout guild. It doesn't do anything, but we can build it so that we can just say we build it. There we go. It doesn't do anything. The reason why it doesn't do anything is because it's not part of the demo. But we'll build it. We'll build it. Yeah. And under utilities, windmill. So you can see here, if we build it here, look at that. Look at how many bars of happiness it has here. And they don't need anything. Here. Oops. And that one. And that one's also good. And this one is even better. This one's even better. Alright, cool. Get those done. And now we have a complaining about lack of electricity. That is of no concern. We'll just run you out there. I don't think it's necessary for them, but hey, we like to build our roads everywhere we can. I'm kind of leaning towards maybe we want to, just while we're at it, throw in another water well somewhere just to make sure we have sufficient water everywhere. Oh, there's a water opportunity here. Yeah, let's build it like that. That's fine. Get more water. And, oh, this one. This will be making paper. Didn't we get paper? No. That's under vocational training. Let's get that knocked out. After that, we can look at the paper production. Paper production is, yeah, it's needed for the vocational training. Look at that. I like the little pips coming up here from, geez, and you can see how much they have. Somehow these items up here cannot be changed. I would love that to be different. so that you could actually change it, and you could say, okay, do I want to like, it shows mushrooms but it doesn't show fish. It shows meat but again not fish. So in order for us to see how much fish we have, you have to go in here and see. It looks good, it looks like it's accruing, but actually seeing how much is a little bit more difficult. And what else do we need in this little base? Not really. Let's have a look if there's anything we haven't unlocked yet that we do need to unlock. Nope, don't think so. The shacks are good. The scout guild. Oh yeah, the scout guild is got completed. We can create a scout team. Not including demo. Not including demo. So this one is it's just using power, but boo. And let's continue. We have nothing that we can do. That's really weird though. We need to figure out what our options are. This one needs paper, so as soon as we can get the paper, then this is the one we want. Let's get you in, make paper, get 5 people assigned. We're down to 2, and now this is where difficulty starts because we are not getting enough. On our storage, we are going to look at the paper because your paper is something that produces in silly high quantities. There, and we need a lot of it because every research needed. Oh, using test efficiency. We've made rapid progress. Oh, we absolutely have. Knowledge will gain more importance after these stages. As a community, we need to better produce and share knowledge into systematic methods. This path begins with processing paper. Let's get 400 paper. All right. Well, that's going to be easy because we just made a big investment here. 125 per day of this. We're getting full stacks of there, leather. Let's keep going leather up. I don't like leather being something we're running out of, and if that's a problem, we just make another stockpile. They're dirt cheap, and we just have to keep in mind if we are running out of something here, whatever that could be. Okay, stone is also coming along pretty nicely. These don't take resources at all, so we have almost 400 now, and when we get 450, then we can research the next thing, which is going to be clay and that kind of thing. So that's good. And construction complete. And one more. There we go. When I check this, I get the plus 25. And really? Did we not get it yet? Small success plus 20? Really? Is it? Huh. This doesn't make any sense to me. Small success. This is okay. Weird. Okay, so we're only at 65% happiness. And we have now, do we have enough? Yes. So we can get the kiln and the pit and the clay and the bricks. Let's get those online. And then after that, figure out what the next thing is. The next thing is probably going to be divided layers, mine surveying on that one. Let's see if there's anything over here. Oh, right, that one. That needs a lot more. Weaving. Weaving is also a good way of getting more resources in, or more happiness. So that will be the next thing. First, we want to get the clay buildings. There we go. We got the kiln and the pit and the clay and the bricks. Let's figure out what that is. And we are now running into the problem of not having enough people to work all of these things. I suppose we can build it here. That'll be a fine place, I suppose. That will be a kiln. And then we need to look at a pit. That's on the resources. They are pretty big. And so they can... It seems like, as far as I can tell... oh, it's 7 wide. So that's... we'll just place it out here at this point. And then see what it's going to do. Like, each pit is taking 1 of 2 resources. And wow, that's building quick. We only have 1 person available. Oh no! We need more refugees coming in here. Alright, so what do we want? We want clay, or we can get stone, and we can later on also get sand, but that's not a thing just yet. Okay, we can have 1 person getting clay. That is not a lot. But at this point, since we can work on this, we can get this one's going, and we can... This doesn't... We can start scaling this one a little bit down, I think, because they're pretty happy. So we can scale all of these down to 2 out of 3. Yes. Actually, the meat one, I'd like to keep that going so we can continue to get more of the leather for later on. And then we'll scale maybe the shrooms. Oh, shrooms are really not doing that well. This is decreasing rapidly. Stone is still going up. And I'm just trying to see if there's some things that we don't need a lot of as well. We can, let's get this a little bit down, but not as much. Anything else that we could, here we can do a kiln that requires stone, clay, and water. And we have 1, 2, 3, 2 here, and then 1 more here. There. But no free workers. All right, let's just try to sort of balance it out wherever we can find some opportunities and get that. So that will get us kilns. And what is it? Why do we want clay? I don't know. We can also get some tailor here. Let's get the tailor on board. Oh, immigrants. Oh, that is just in time. 11 workers. Sweet. And now we're up to 69. So we kind of soon need a little bit more residents. We can get 1, 2 more residences in here. That will make sure that we get up to, that's 100. We will not be able to get 100 in this part. So let's get you a little bit more and then work on the tailoring as the next thing. We'll build the tailoring over here. I think that's making sense. This one doesn't require anything, right? And we also have electricity. Looks pretty good as well to get a monstrous amount of electricity from these. Like maybe a little bit too much. Tailor and clothing. That's production. That is the tailor. How big are you? You're 4. Why do you have 4x4? Yeah, 4x4s. I think we need 2 tailors. Yeah, I think we do. We can do that one. Yeah, let's do that. Let's at least beginning do 2 tailors. There. And we'll keep an eye on whether the food looks like it's going down gradually. The meat is going down as well. That's because we are focusing a lot more on the meat part than anything else here. Maybe the shrooms are not great. Yeah, we'll have to get 3 in here. And we still have 9 more people. And the iron ingots are actually doing just fine. So we could scale this down a little bit if we are running out of people. So we can just make clothing. And then we have the, oh, we forgot that. We forgot. Mainly me. We have the technical boot camp. How big are you? You are that big. Exactly that size. Sweet. Let's make sure that has a road. There. So it's a technical boot camp that will be requiring a lot of paper for us to construct this. Let's have a look. Anywhere else we can make new things? Yes, there is a mine surveying. That's more. So we only have, at this point, we have the stable routes, which doesn't do anything. Then we have the mine surveying, the divided layers, and the insulated furnaces. Those are the things we have left in the demo at this current rate. All this has been built. That is excellent. We are producing a little bit of this. We're now 60% workforce and 65% efficiency. If we look here, we're getting clothing and we want to get like more clothing. So you can see we have a little bit of an issue here. So if I add 6 and then this one also goes up here, then that'll be 6 plus 6. Like, it would be nice to also have a summary of this so I could sort of calculate. This is 35 something. Maybe that's enough. Maybe it's not. We'll see. And we need to start training here so we can get some specialists into these buildings. And you can see this is why we need the fur. Fur is being consumed quite rapidly. You can see one of these would add another 50% here. All right, we got this working, and we will just assign each of these. They will be 800 paper and 20 tools and start education. Not enough what? Oh, not enough paper. Ooh, yeah, let's get some more people in to make the paper. The paper is being used quite a lot. So let's get this one up to 1 more pip. There we go. Crafter, there is a chance that they convert, I would say something like a third or maybe 25% chance. And we got winter, so that means no shrooms are available. Technology research, basic mine, copper and coal is now available. And we have nothing that we can build just yet. And that's because we are missing this this part, the divided layers. So that means we need to stack up or need to scale up. Let's see, where else do we have? We have 1 more here. This one is 5,200. This is what I mean by the sequencing here, 4,200. So this is the first divided layers. Gets us sand and glass and storehouse and residence upgrades. Not that it really matters to us at this point, but we'll get it. We'll get it once we get the 920. Oh, there we go. Overhunting. May think that it's absurd that we might run out of prey to hunt on a planet almost free of human beings. However, we assure that you keep hunting in this rate, in this manner, it's likely to wipe out the animals close to us. Neat. Oh, next. There's no choice. All right, respect the balance of nature. That means we're getting less. Yeah, that's a new law, and those are kind of sort of, yeah. They will sort of accrue over time. I imagine that will sort of be a trade-off between different things. We just keep an eye on what we have. Oh, industrial step. What is that now? Mining. Though we resemble a shantytown, we now know enough to be able to build our first mining facilities. In order to access the rich resources under the surface, we need to position these facilities carefully and begin digging mine shafts to reach whatever can be accessed. Only once these shafts have been dug can we say for certain if there are minerals to find. Okay, let's get our pickaxes ready. And education complete. 2 of them got converted. That is brilliant. That's exactly what we wanted. Because now we can get here and here. What? Seriously? There. Why is that 75? That makes no sense why it's 75. It should be 100%. And it has a road access. That's odd. Why is it 75? Crafter. It's 25. Normal is 50. That is so weird. This seems like a bug. Why is this 25? This should be 50. No. Alright, doesn't matter. It is what it is. And we are now producing 14 plus 14. And in here, how much do we want for each? We are consuming 14 plus... That's a little bit more than 14 plus 14. And we're up to 71. So somehow we have to find a way to get additional stuff in here. That means we need to get plus 4 additional. 4 is not even enough. That is enough. Extra... No, there. Plus 4 extra. That's going to be 34 tools per day. That is probably not going to keep up. But at least for now, we can do this. So that will be... They'll be happy here. And we're also working on the clay. We're working on the paper. And that will get us... Oh, build a basic mine. Yes. Let's have a look at the basic mine. That must be under resources. A basic mine. So we have to build a mine that covers this area here. So... If I build it out here, they can't cover it. There. That seems like a great place to build it. Excellent. So that will cover all of this area for the mining. That we can see how that works. This one has run out. Maybe that's frozen. Probably is. And let's just... Because wells are dirt cheap, then... Look at that. Tracks here. Just kind of seeing... Oh. Must prepare. That one. Let's get here and get some more dirt road out. Okay. So that was misplaced. Yes. Resources. Well. And we must prepare. What must we prepare for? It's been 50 years. Prepare stockpiles. 3,000 water and 1,200 meals. That's done. We should be done immediately. There we go. Yay, that's brilliant, because now we get a massive boon here. Massive boon on production. So that is great. Let's keep that flowing as much as possible. That also means we can continue with insulated furnaces or divided layers. Let's get that one done. Let's see how many researches we miss. We are missing the stable roots as well. Attack completed. So as soon as I click this, that one will be renewed. So I'm just going to wait for this for 5 days and then just let it go. Let's see. We have iron mine. We have these mines. We can't really do anything. Oh, we need 2 more. Alright, let's get a few more here. Not enough free workers. Oops. Let's get some free workers out of that. And get another free worker here. Yeah, so free workers are definitely going to be a thing. I don't think we need... where is it? Here. Right now, we can definitely take this down. Maybe even like this. And still be fine. We're at 136. It's absolutely disgustingly high amount. So let's scale this down with the two most expensive things so that we should still be fine for the rest of the spring. This one doesn't have anything. And then what we need to do is build a... Here, we can then discover this area that costs a lot of brick, stone, and other stuff. So we'll discover these areas. So once we've discovered them, it will be showing up here as how much is available. Each one will be one different thing. And then will be what we can do. Did we get anything? Yeah, we got one. Okay, one member became a specialist. Can we do more? Start education. And you are going to get one specialist and no free workers. Ugh. Okay, we're going to need free workers. What is our clay situation? That's fine. What is our wood situation? We can probably scale this down. And when we get the research, is the research done? Yes, but we don't have enough to get the next research. Actually, we do. There, stable roots is going to be here. We will just get all the tech research here. And we're now getting into sort of more of a, I don't know, more technical part. We're going to get some copper here. We get one of these. Great. So now we can get a little bit. 13% yield. That is not a lot of yield, but it's, okay, nothing there. And we'll just get those two in here. We got 29% yield, but we're still having a nice big boon here from 115 yet. And once that's done, this one's almost out. So that means we can take this one and get another 25% for a little bit. Just keep it up here. Yeah, 124. That's perfect. That should be enough. This is getting all we can do. And technology research. We can then take a look at the next research. This resource camp is, I think the resource camp is actually an upgrade here. So you can, to the next year, that's that part. But we don't have those products researched. At this point, you can also say that, well, the stuff that we want, we kind of have all these things. If we look at the research tree, there are just a little bit remaining that we can do. Let's see, where is it? It's actually only one thing left, and all we need is just a little bit more of the paper. Let's just knock that out and get the paper that researched as well. And we should have enough by now. Let's have a look over on, where is it? There. 460, 1460. We had 40. There we go. Now we have it. And done. Now we have every research unlocked. Yes, there are a few things we can do. Just make different one of these. Now we can also get glass from sand. We can change this to be looking for sand. And then all of that will be how we go about it from here. We can also get a little bit more workers in our setup, but that's not going to change a whole lot of what this game is about. So I hope this was a nice little showcase of the demo. The demo ends pretty much as soon as we complete this. There's nothing more to research. There's nothing more to build, and there we go. We have now researched everything here. We can do smelters and copper ingots and wires and copper bronze ingots. Although we can't do bronze ingots because that would require tin, and we don't have tin yet. So I hope this was useful in determining whether this is a game that you want to see more of, or maybe you want to buy it yourself. If you are interested in it, remember to go to Steam and wishlist it on Steam. That helps the developers get some visibility to get recommended for more people. Of course, if you want to see more on coverage on this channel, then leave a comment, leave a like. That I judge whether the feedback on these kind of videos on whether I should be playing it more or whether it's just a one-off. Let's have a look at it and then go. My verdict at this point is it's very well made. Nice music, nice graphics, nice theme, good mechanics. I like this interesting thing here as we get into that. I think that it kind of it's a little bit sort of center of the genre. It doesn't do anything like, let's say Frostpunk has this core thing in the middle, this heating thing that needs to be kept going. Like it had some kind of unique aspect to it. This doesn't seem to have much in terms of sort of really unique things. Maybe that's something that comes when we get into the further eras later on. Let's have a look. If we look at the era progression, maybe there are some cool new things in here that unlocks and we can get into. I don't know. We'll have to see when the game comes out, and I will be taking a look at this when it comes out if there is an interest. So, as I said, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, take care, and as always, stay effective.